Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Draw with Rob. With me, Rob Biddulph. And this is me on the back of the very first Draw with Rob book, but look. Big clunking sound. I haven't done just one Draw with Rob book. I've done this one. I have done this one, this Christmas one. I have made one called Build a Story. I've made an Amazing Animals one. I've made a Monster Madness one. There's a Halloween one. There's a space one. There's another Christmas one, an Advent Christmas one. I've even got a series of my first Draw with Rob books, dinosaurs, unicorns, and the latest one, vehicles. So I have made a lot of Draw with Rob books. Check them out. They're really fun activity books. Lots more drawing, fun exercises, puzzles, bits of colouring, that sort of thing. So do check them out. But I'm primarily an author and an illustrator. This is my latest picture book. It's called I Follow the Fox. It's all about this little boy here who has a couple of toy foxes, and he loses one of his toy foxes on a wintry day. Look, he takes them with him to the park and he notices, it's missing off of his sledge. Little fox is missing from his sledge. So he goes to bed that night. They look everywhere for the fox, but he goes to bed that night and he says, we just couldn't find him, and now all I see is the space next to Big Fox where Little should be. And then he goes to sleep that night, and we don't know if it's a dream or not, but a mysterious fox appears in his garden, and he starts to follow the fox across the wintry city, across through the town, and eventually he sort of starts flying, and he makes his way across the town and the fields under the viaduct, following the fox, who leads him to the river, where we find a fox cub who is trapped, and maybe, just maybe, this boy can help the fox, and in return maybe the fox can help him find his missing toy. So do check that one out. I'm very, very proud of it. I've also written a series of chapter books. Let's see if I can get these in the screen all to fit nicely. They should do. That's pretty good, isn't it? That's not bad. Fitting pretty well. The Peanut Jones books. All about this girl, Peanut Jones. She finds this magic pencil. She realises whatever she draws with this pencil becomes real. So if she draws an apple, she can pick up that apple and eat it. So one day she draws a door, which becomes real. So she walks through the door and finds herself in a totally illustrated world, and she has a missing dad, and maybe her missing dad is somewhere in this illustrated world. So she makes her way through the illustrated city looking for her dad. You can see this is very heavily illustrated, this book. Nice short chapters, loads of illustrations, very good for a first chapter book, I think. And she makes her way through the world looking for her dad, trying to foil the plans of the evil Mr. White. And she makes lots of new friends and has lots of fun. So do check those out too. But we are here today, of course, to do a drawing together. And you know what? This is a very special episode of Draw with Rob, because this is one of my Draw with Rob icons videos. So this is where I draw a very famous character, not one of my own characters, but a world famous character. Now, we've done a few of these already. I've done Mickey Mouse. I've done R2-D2 from the Star Wars films. We've done Garfield. Who else have we done? I think I've done Pikachu, one of the Pokemon. And I've even done a Christmassy one of the Grinch. But today we are drawing, I think this might be my most requested ever draw along, because today we are drawing Bluey. That's right, we're going to draw Bluey the dog from the very, very successful TV show of the same name. Now, I have to confess that I don't really know this TV show very well. My children are now all a little bit older, so Bluey came around after they were little, so we didn't ever really watch Bluey. But I have watched a few episodes, and I have to say, oh my goodness, I love it. It's so cool. I don't think it is just for children, it's for grown-ups too. And there's so many things in it that I kind of think, oh, I did that with my children. I really, really love it. And Bluey is such an adorable character. So I thought I'd show you how to draw her today. So what you're going to need is a piece of paper. You're going to need a pen or a pencil, something to draw with, and you might want something to colour with later, because Bluey has lovely kind of blue colours, so it might be nice to colour her in. But if you don't have anything to colour with, don't worry, you can just shade with your pencil. This is how Draw with Rob works, in case you've not watched one of these videos before. Lots of people say to me they don't think they're very good at drawing. I say nonsense, everybody can draw. Some people need a little bit of help with the order that we do the drawing, and that's all. And that's where I come in, because we're going to break this drawing of Bluey down into bite-sized pieces. That means I will draw a line on my piece of paper or a shape or something like that. You will then pause the video and copy what I do. I will then draw another little bit of the drawing. Pause me again. You will draw. Start me up. I draw. You draw. I draw. You draw. I draw. You draw. I draw. You draw. I draw. And then before you know it, we will hopefully have a drawing of the very famous Bluey, and you will be super proud of it. So shall we get going? Let's do this. I'm excited to do this one. Right. The first thing I want you to do, let's say about 2/3 of the way up your page, I want you to draw a horizontal line. Like that. Just a few centimetres long. Nice and easy. I should say, if your drawing doesn't look exactly like mine, please don't worry. It's not meant to. We can't help but put a bit of our own personalities into our drawings. That means all of our drawings are going to look different. Every single one. And that's great. That's what the beauty of art is. We are individuals. We don't want everything to look the same. My drawing of Bluey is not going to be perfect anyway. Don't you worry. I've had to learn how to draw her myself. So please don't worry if yours doesn't look exactly like mine. I'm sure it will be brilliant. Right, the next thing I want you to do, we're going to just turn the end of this line down a little bit in a nice curve. And then we're going to keep on going a bit further down our page at a slight angle. Can you see? I haven't gone straight down, I've just gone at a slight angle. Next, we're going to curve around. There's like all of the edges on Bluey, pretty much all of the edges are nice and curvy. So we're going to curve around and then we're going to go straight along. We're going to go a little bit further along than that. Okay. And we're going to turn upwards just a little bit. And at the end of the line, we're going to do another curved line, like that. You might even be able to see Bluey appearing before your eyes already. Next thing I want you to do is we're going to go back up into this corner, and we're just going to add another little curve similar to that one, about there. And then we're going to add a shape like that. And hopefully you can now see Bluey starting to appear. We have just drawn her nose. And this bit, of course, is her smiley mouth. Let's move on to her eyes next. The first eye we're going to draw is her left eye. So we're going to do that here. So about a tiny little fraction, a few millimeters from the end of the line, I want you to come up, over, and down in a shape like that, an arch. Now I'm using my brush pen, so I can actually go in and just change the line slightly by just playing around with the thickness to get it how I want it to be. So that is one of her eyes. We'll do the pupils in a minute with this. We're going to do the other eye first. Now the other eye is going to come to the same height, but it's going to drop right much further down in here. So let's start up here by doing a curve similar to that. We're going to go quite close and we're going to come down sort of level with the bottom of the nose. We're going to go around, and this sort of, it's not a circle, it's more of a sort of egg shape really. We come up in a nice kind of egg shape, like so. Again, I'm just going to go in and tweak and alter. Try and get it right, get it as accurate as possible. I always feel like I should do the best possible job when it's not my character. I want to be true to the original artist, you see. Right, let's add some pupils. The first one we're going to do is going to be just over to the left of this eye, just popping up like that. And then the other one, again, slightly left of centre. We're just going to do, again, it's not a circle, it's more of a sort of egg shape. But we're just going to do it slightly left of centre so that the eye is looking straight at us. I don't know why that is. Whenever you're drawing a character slightly from the side, if you do the eye dead in the centre, it doesn't quite look like the character is looking at you. You have to sort of overcompensate and send it back the other way a little bit. It's a funny little thing that, but it always works. Right, eyebrows time. We're doing this, I'm sort of drawing this a little bit at a time and trying to make everything link up. So first of all we did the nose, the mouth, and that little bit of nose. Then I linked that to the eye, and then hopefully that will help with all our spacing, trying to get everything spaced properly. Right, we're going to do an eyebrow next. Now these eyebrows are little sausage shapes. So we're going to do the first one above this eye, just sort of slightly tipping up to the left a bit, but it's basically a little sausage shape like that, or a baked bean shape. and the other one's going the other way. So he comes up, round, like that. Okay, and now we're going to draw the head, sort of the shape of the head. Now, Bluey, she's sort of like a rectangle, but with rounded corners. Her head and body, it's all in one big rectangle. So we go straight up like that, and then just under the eyebrow we turn around. Then we go straight across in the middle, and straight out the other side, just a few centimetres, like so. And then we keep going, and we curve round, and then we're going to go straight down our page, like that. I think if we imagine this mouth is about halfway up Bluey's body, that will give you an idea of how far to go. We'll go to about there, I think. Okay. Now we're going to stop there. We're just going to curve around like that, but we're going to stop there because we need to draw Bluey's right arm. So her arm is like this. First of all, we go up to just sort of below the mouth, and we draw a vertical line parallel to the side of her body, like that, and then we stop there. Then we're just going to do a little bump coming out to the side, like a little C shape. Then we're going to do another little bump, like that, and then a third and final little bump, like that, for her fingers. Then we're just going to curve around and head up again, parallel, like that. And that's Bluey's front arm, her right arm. Now we've done the arm, we can continue this curve around. We just imagine that it comes out the other side, and we're going to go straight across. Remember, she's almost like a rectangle, and then we want this to join up. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? We need this to join up around right on this curve, because you've got to imagine that goes through. So I'm actually going to make a little mark there. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do it from here. I'm going to come down here, and then I'm going to curve around to join up there, just because I want everything to be like properly lined up and spaced. Pretty good so far, pretty happy with this. So we need to do the ears now. Now the ears are very pointed, they're like two triangles. But what we're going to do, we're going to imagine that line carries on straight up. And we're going to go up our page. Now the ears are quite tall, so this distance between the nose and the eyebrows, we need to do that again really for the ears. So I'm going right up to the top of my page, then I'm going to turn around quite sharply but still keeping it curved, and I'm going to disappear back into this eyebrow here in a dead straight line. So you see what I mean? It's a nice triangle. Then we're going to do exactly the same on this side. So let's start about here, I reckon, on the eyebrow. We're going to go dead straight up, curve it around again. And this time we're going to go right here, so we join up with this curvy bit here. So we go dead straight down, and then right at the bottom we can just curve it around so it runs into that. There we go. Now I'm just going to switch pens to a slightly thinner pen, because I'm going to do the inside part of the ear, which is another triangle. It goes up here. We leave a little gap there, and we leave a slightly bigger gap on this side. So we turn there, and then we go down there, like so. Same here, we go up to about the same height as the other one, then we turn and we disappear into the top of her head, like that. What do you think of it so far? Nice and easy, isn't it? It's quite easy. She's a lovely character to draw, actually, I must say. I'm enjoying this a lot. Now, she probably needs some legs. What do you think? She wants to stand up. Now, her legs are quite long. I probably haven't left quite enough room, but that's fine. It doesn't matter, I don't think. We're going to go straight down. We leave sort of where the curve finishes. We're going to go straight down, and we're going to stop about 1 centimetre from the bottom of our page. Then we leave, let's say, a little bit more than a centimetre, and we're going to go straight down parallel. This time I'm going to go right to the bottom of the page, like that. Then I'm going to do a horizontal line along the bottom of my page, just about fitting her feet in. And then we curve up there to make a little leg shape. And we've got to add a little curve there and a little curve there for a couple of toes. And we're going to do exactly the same over here for the other leg. So we come down just to the right of the hand. Let's do the other line first. We come down on this side right to the bottom of our page. We go along the bottom again. Ooh. just about fitting this in. Do another thing like that. Then we go 1, 2. 2 Bluey legs. Now we've got to do her tail. Now the tail starts from sort of between the fingers here, and we're going to come out and diagonally out to the left. Like that, slightly curving. And then we're going to do the other line coming just from here on this curve. And again, we go out to the left, we curve a bit more. So it gets slightly wider at the end. And then we have to join this up in a series of bumps. So we're going to go like that, turn around very sharply. Then we're going to go out again, a bit further, turn around again in a curve. Then we're going to add a little curve shape like that. And then one joining those two up. So 4 little curve shapes for her tail. Pretty good. Now I want this to be a bit wider at the top, so again I'm going to use my brush pen. I'm just going to correct myself a little bit here and there, so her tail's a little bit wider at the end than it was. Now the last thing we're going to do her other arm waving to us. Okay, so she's going to be lifting it up and waving. So the first thing we need to do, just below the mouth, we're going to do a curved line. It starts horizontally, but then it quite soon curves up, like so. Then we do a little thumb sticking out. Keep an eye on these fingers you've done here, because we need to make them roughly the same size as these fingers. We want the hands to be pretty similar size. Then we go up and over, like so. Then we turn. We go up and over again, but slightly further pointing that way. And then the last one, up and out on this side. So 3 fingers, like so. Then we just add a tiny little bump. And then we're going to just join that arm back to the body, like that. That's not bad. There we go. And that is Bluey waving to us, and we add a little detail, just that little bit of the thumb there. We just add a little line like so. Oh, I've done a bit of left-handed smudging in the eye. Never mind, not to worry. So there we go. That is our Bluey outline. I really have used the full height of my piece of paper, haven't I? Now, a real key part of Bluey is the colouring in, because she has a sort of pattern. She's the type of dog she is. She's a blue heeler, apparently, blue heeler puppy, which is a dog more commonly found in Australia than it is over here in England. And I think, yeah, I'm not sure what breed her mum is. I'm not sure, but because the main characters are her mum, dad, and her sister Bingo, and I think her mum might be a red heeler. I think that's right. You guys probably know better than me. But Bluey is certainly a blue heeler puppy. But yeah, she has certain markings. She has kind of dark blue spots, and the end of her tail's dark blue, and she has a sort of brown muzzle and things. So I'm going to colour my Bluey in now, and I'm going to go into super speed mode. And then I'll talk you through it all afterwards, okay? So I will see you back here in about 20 seconds with a fully coloured in Bluey. See you in a sec. Bye-bye. Okay, so there is my coloured in Bluey. And can you see what I mean? Look, I did a bit of smudging in the eye. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? If I had a bit of white paint, I'd just paint over the top of that, but I don't. But it's fine. It's fine. It just means it looks like a human has made this picture, and that's what we want, right? But can you see what I mean about the very specific areas colouring in? And it really does make your drawing look just like Bluey when you add these dark blue dots, the ends of the tail, the sort of slightly lighter tummy and hands and feet, and then this very familiar kind of shading area around the muzzle. But I'm really pleased with this. I've got the colours as close as I can. I don't think they're quite right, but they're pretty good, I think. And I've really, really enjoyed drawing this character, and I hope you guys have too. And do you know what? I really... Oh, I forgot to do something! What do I always tell you guys to do? Very important. We need to sign our drawings. I'm going to sign mine proudly here. Rob Biddulph. there we go. We need to let everybody know who has created this wonderful works of art, don't we? You should display your name proudly when you display your art proudly. So there we go, my finished Bluey drawing. Now, I want to see yours, as I was just about to say before I remembered to sign my drawing. The way I get to see it is if you get somebody to take a picture of your drawing and then post it on social media using this hashtag, #drawwithrob. That way I will get to see it. If you're watching on Facebook, you can just comment below this post with a picture of your drawing. I'll get to see that too. And I can't wait to see your Bluey drawings. I've got a feeling you're going to enjoy this one. Judging by how many people have asked me how to draw Bluey, hopefully lots of you have drawn along with me. And it's been really fun. And I really love Bluey. Although, do you know what? It made me feel a little bit sad watching Bluey, because the things that her dad does with her were sort of the things that I used to do with my daughters when they were little too. And it made me miss those days. Because, listen, mums and dads out there, those days go very, very quickly. My daughters they're not quite grown up, but they're in their teens now. 2 of them are in their teens, one of them's in their 20s. So one of them is really grown up. And those days, they just go so fast when they're so little, and you get to be silly with them and play with them. I still am silly with my girls. I still play with my girls. Ringo's in the garden barking away. Quiet, Ringo. Be quiet, please. I'm trying to talk to the children and their parents. But those days go so quickly, and so watching Bluey, it just made me miss those days of my daughters being little, because they're the best days of your life, really. So parents, take advantage of these days, make the most of them, because they go very quickly. Anyway, sorry to bring the mood down, but I did love Bluey. It's such a brilliant show, and I can't wait to see your drawings. So yeah, do post them in that hashtag. What else? Can you subscribe to my YouTube channel, please? If you're watching on YouTube, please do, and turn your notifications on. That way, if you turn them on, you'll get to know when a new video is coming out before anybody else. As soon as it's out, you get a little notification. And also, why don't you subscribe to my newsletter? You just sign up here. You go to this website and then sign up with your email, and I'll email you when a new video is coming out, or when I have a new book coming out, or when I'm doing a new show, because I tour all over the country, all over the world actually, doing my live event. It's about an hour-long show where I read my books. We do a live episode of Draw with Rob, tell you a bit about how I became an author, and it's really fun. And the best bit is we get to meet each other afterwards. You get to come and meet me, and I'll sign your books and stuff, and you can show me your pictures in real life. So sign up to my newsletter and you'll get told when that's happening. Apart from that, I think we're done here. Guys, I'm going to be back very, very soon with another episode of Draw with Rob Icons, and with another episode of Draw with Rob regular. If you want to see all my videos, they're available on my YouTube channel and on my website totally for free. There's getting on for 200 videos now, so check them out and draw all sorts of things with me. You'll have a good time. Splendid time is guaranteed for all. As I said, I'll be back with a new episode very soon. In the meantime, keep those pencils sharpened, keep on drawing, keep on reading, and I'll see you soon. Bye everyone. Everyone, it's Rob here, and I'm delighted to tell you about my brand new My First Draw with Rob activity book, and it is this one, Vehicles. So it is full of literally every vehicle that you could imagine. Yes, there are diggers. Yes, there are cars. Yes, there are bicycles. There are trains, aeroplanes, helicopters, boats, submarines, even rocket ships. You name it. It is in this book. There are pages where you have to do some colouring. There's bits where I start the drawing off and you guys have to finish the drawing. There are lots of puzzles. And of course, there are lots of draw-alongs too, with lovely frames for you to do your drawings in. So listen, if vehicles are your thing, you should check this book out. I think you're going to like it.